Hi guys, it's Anne here, and today's video is going to be my Essence Mascaras review video. I purchased 6 Essence Mascaras a few months ago now. I posted it on my Instagram, I think, and I've been testing them out for the past few months, and I'm now ready to do an actual review and comparing them all. My lesson learned for this, though, is to not buy 6 mascaras all at once. It was a little overwhelming. I've actually been putting off doing this review video for a few weeks just because I'm dreading trying to compose my thoughts over 6 different mascaras and dreading actually editing this video because it takes a little bit more to edit a video like this. Anyway, let's not take up too much time and let's get into the mascaras. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a demo of the mascara first, and then I'll talk about my thoughts on the mascara. I'm going to do my least favorite to most favorite. For the demos, I didn't curl my eyelashes, which for me is unusual. I usually curl my eyelashes every time I do my mascara, but I wanted to show what it looked like without curling your lashes. I did one coat top and bottom to show what that looked like, and then it looked like, that's really hard to say, looked like, there we go. And I did a second, excuse me, and then I did a second coat on the top lashes just to show again what that looked like. And now normally I do 2, sometimes 3 coats of mascara on my top lashes. I rarely do mascara on my bottom lashes, so you'll see in the demo that sometimes looks a little bit sketchy because I don't know what I'm doing when I do my bottom lashes. It's a little bit more awkward for me because it's something I don't normally do. So, starting with number 6, my least favorite is the Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara, and this is the purple one. So now let's just go into the demo of this mascara. Some thoughts on this mascara. So I did make some thoughts when I first opened these up and started using them, and this one in particular, it was very clumpy when I first started using it. Now I do like the wand shape of this. It's kind of like, I think it's a natural bristle wand, and it's got a nice little curve shape there. But I just found that this one was very, very sticky and very clumpy. Even like on the first swipe, when I first started using it, I didn't even want to do a second coat because I was afraid of what was going to happen. When I did do a second coat, I found like I was winding up with like 3 lashes. Like they were just clumping together in big chunks. And I had to go in with like a separate spoolie to separate them out. So just for that reason, I couldn't get this to work even on first go. And I found even the more I use this, it just kind of, yeah, I can get it to work if I fiddle with it, but there's so many mascaras out there that it's really not worth fiddling with. And again, I'm just not a huge fan of like the results that I get from it. It does seem to add volume and it does seem to curl a little bit, but again, the clumpiness is just too much. My fifth favorite, second last, is the I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. So we'll just go into the demo now. So one of the main reasons for me not liking this mascara is the wand. So I'm just going to show this wand to you. Now, it doesn't look, I guess, too big when you look at it. I'm going to take out another one. This is the Instant Volume Boost. And hopefully you can see the size difference. Like, this one is huge. The I Heart Extreme one, it's just, this wand is way too big. It's way too big. I can't get into like the corners of my eyes without the fear of poking my eyeball out. When I first started using this, it was a very wet mascara, and I'm not a huge fan of a wet mascara. I don't want it to be too dry, but I don't want it to be too wet. I like that in-between ground, like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise is sort of an in-between one. At least when you first use it, after a couple of months, it does dry out. This one was pretty wet when I started using it. I found as I used it more, it was getting a bit drier and getting that stickier sort of consistency. So I found that this doesn't really work when you layer it up. Like, one coat is not too bad, but I found 2 coats just did not work. I also found a lot of these, I struggled using them without curling my lashes first. I don't know why that was such a struggle. But anyway, the wand on this one, again, I am using it because I have them, but this takes me a bit to use it because the wand is so big and I'm afraid of poking my eyeball out that I struggle using it. So number 4 is the Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension Mascara. Oh my god, I can't talk today. With lengthening fibers. So that's this purple one. And we'll go into the demo on this one. So just to show you the wand on this one, it's actually a very interesting wand. It's almost like a diamond-like shape on it. It's a bit wider in the middle than it is on the ends. And this one was okay. I actually put off using this one because it has the lengthening fibers. And I did have a few moments, I think in the demo even, I had a moment where I thought I got something in my eye. I think I have a mental block with the lengthening fibers. I feel like there's going to be all these little like fluffy things that are going to fall into my eyes. And it did kind of happen, but again, it might have been my own brain imagining it because I was, lengthening fibers. Again, not very lengthening, not very volumizing. In fact, the reason why this is so low is it wasn't bad to use, but it wasn't good either. Like, I feel like even if I use 3 coats with this, it doesn't really show up. Like, I feel like, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. That's the sum of that one. Now the next 2 are kind of a tie. I like them for different reasons. So I'm gonna go with number 3 being the False Lashes Extreme and Volume Curl. That's this one. And then we'll go into the demo now. So this one and the one I'm going to talk about next, when I use them, they both have the same effect at first. Like, they both pretty much felt like the same type of mascara and had the same results. It was a bit of a wet formula when it started, but I found the more I used it, it did dry out and get a bit stickier. Again, extreme volume and curl. I felt like I got a little bit more lengthening out of this than anything else. And I found again that this works really good with 1 coat, but when trying to apply a 2nd coat, I really had to finagle it, and otherwise it gets too clumpy. Like, it just doesn't really work with a 2nd coat. Again, I do like this. I like the I really like the brush on this one. So the brush is this sort of angled natural bristle brush, and I find that this shape makes it easy to like get into the corner of your eye, and like it makes it easy to like get that curl motion. I don't know, I find like a curved brush, again, maybe it's like a mental thing, but the curved brush makes it easier to feel like I'm getting a curl or I'm going through the curl of my lashes. So yeah, I do like this one, but I don't like it enough that I would repurchase it. So far, like, none of these I would repurchase, just saying. And then my second favorite one was the Essence Instant Volume Boost Mascara. And that's this one. So again, we'll go into a demo on this one. I showed this brush earlier, just to show it again, though. It's kind of like a normal sized straight brush compared to the I Heart Extreme one that had a ginormous brush. This one, again, when I first used it, was very wet, but as I've used it more, it has dried out. It says instant volume. I feel like this gives me length more than volume. And again, sometimes with the second coat, I struggle with it getting a little too clumpy. It did last, though. I made a note here that I wore this at the gym, and I mean, this isn't a waterproof, but it does say smudge proof. And I wore this to the gym, and it lasted. It didn't flake. It wells wear throughout the day. So I do find that I'm comfortable wearing this. I like the way it makes my lashes look. Again, not really volumizing. It's a little more lengthening, but with two coats, I can get a bit of volume. I find it a bit of a struggle with two coats because sometimes it does get a bit clumpy. And then my most favorite, and one that I probably would repurchase, is the Essence Lash Princess Volume Mascara. That's the peach one, and you can see the label's already worn off quite a bit because I have used this one a lot. So let's just get into the demo on this one. So to show the wand on this one, it's a really unique and interesting wand. It looks like this. It's like spirally. I don't know what kind of shape that is. It's a very weird shape, but I like the shape. Again, I like that sort of narrower end with the curve. I find it easy to get into, like, I got like little teeny tiny lashes on the inside that I always forget to put mascara on because it's so hard to get into those lashes. And I just found that this one, it wasn't too wet, it wasn't too dry when I first used it. I could build it up, and I found that this one actually did give me a curl, which is weird because it just says volume mascara, but I found if I didn't curl my lashes, this felt like it gave it a little bit of a curl, and if I did curl my lashes, it felt like it enhanced the curl and like helped the curl stay. I can't explain it because it doesn't say that on the label, but that was the effect that I have. So yeah, I like this one the best. I have use this one the most. I'm going to continue using them because I have them. Again, this is a lot of personal preference as well. I didn't test any waterproof ones because I thought it wasn't fair to test a waterproof one against non-waterproof ones. I do use waterproof ones every once in a while. When I go to the beach, I use those. Sometimes when I go to the gym, I'll use a waterproof one. I don't purposely put mascara on before I go to the gym, but if I know I'm going to the gym later that day, I might use a coat of waterproof. And come fall, winter time here in Canada, when it's snowy and sleet and crappy weather, I do sometimes put a coat of waterproof mascara over top of regular mascara just to give myself that extra protection so my mascara doesn't run all over my face. So that's it. Those were my reviews on 6 Essence mascaras. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are if you've tried any of them. Now, there is one that I have not tried, and it is the green one that looks like this. And I know that it has some good reviews, or at least I've heard people really like that one. So I do want to try that one out. So eventually, once I've felt like I've used these enough and they're time to expire, I might try and buy that one, and I'll sort of add on, I'll do a separate review specifically on that mascara. I hope you liked this video and you found it useful and informative. And if you did, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below. I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel and join me on my little channel here and stick around for some of my future videos. Thanks.